What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Giving All of My Experience. I am your host, Rashaad.
And I'm your hostess, Chade.
And we apologize for the delays that we've had the last 2 weeks. Sade was sick the first week, and then the second week I got a little sick, and just life happened. So we thank you guys for your patience. For the people that did reach out to us just to see if everything was okay, just to see if we were stopping the podcast. No, we weren't. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your patience. We're here now. We really don't have a topic for today. Today's episode is more so just talking about when life hits a pause. In the midst of these 2 weeks, we just had a lot of ups and downs financially, spiritually, and then also Zion's 8th birthday came this past Friday, and today is Monday as we're recording this, and today is Messiah's birthday. So it was just a lot that we had going on. So I think we're just going to deep dive into it. It's like, where we've been mentally and spiritually over the last 2 weeks. I'll let Sade kind of touch on where she's been, and then I'll piggyback on where I've been. So how you think you felt the last 2 weeks mentally and spiritually?
With me being sick, just trying to get myself better. It's very overwhelming when you're pregnant and you're not able to take the medication or like have antibiotics that you're used to taking prior to pregnancy. So just kind of allowing the virus to make it take its course, or if that's the right way to say it. So dealing with that, I was sick on and off for 2 weeks straight. So there was two different, I think I had like a sinus infection, took a COVID test and a flu test and a strep, and both came back negative. So I guess it was just like a viral thing that was going on. But like I said, it's difficult when you are pregnant and you can't take antibiotics, so you have to just allow it to run its course. I would say the benefit, if there was any benefit from it, is just me being able to be home, just resting as a preschool teacher and being pregnant. I'm always tired, so I'm always on the move, and then still being a mom myself at home and with school. So it's just having those 2 days off really, I was sad that it was because I was sick, but I was also happy because I was able to be home and just rest. Spiritually, it has been challenging. I did start their Lent. I started that, so just me. Some of the things that I battle with is fear, worry, and doubt. So those are things I was just focusing on, and I started off good, and then I kind of went down. I still haven't even started. I started the second week of Lent, even though it's been way past the second week for some of them. For some of those who are familiar with Lent and what it means, that you're separating yourself from habits, things, people, places. So this would have been last week. Would have been my second week, but I was just not in a good headspace. Mentally just down on myself about just the different changes that's been going on, and my hormones are definitely high because of my pregnancy, so I have to take that into consideration. So that's basically where I've been trying to still get myself back on track with doing more spiritual things, like praying again, um, journaling, because I was journaling almost every day. So I've stopped doing that. So just doing those things again. And forgive me of my voice. It's probably because I'm tired now. So yeah, that's just where I've been at.
Yeah, I'll say for the last 2 weeks mentally, I've been in a whirlwind. We had issues going on with our car. Had to kick out almost $2,000 on getting the car fixed because that's our main transportation. And then I'll just say spiritually, I've been fighting different battles. just been remaining consistent, just working on showing up even when I'm not in the best of moods. I have this thing where I want to be perfect. Perfection is like one of the biggest things. That was the reason why I struggled with starting this podcast so soon, because I wanted it to be perfect before I started to put it out there, and I started to fall back into that habit mentally, and then it started going over to my spiritual life, where if I didn't get started at a certain time, or if I got to bed at a certain time, I would just say forget it, I'm tired, and still wouldn't talk to God. So I would say mine is really like a whirlwind, and my struggle right now in my spiritual life is just being consistent, just being able to show up on a regular basis, showing up when my life is a hot mess rather than when things are going right. I would feel like that's like the biggest thing. And then I started feeling like I was being disconnected from God, because I would like ask certain questions, or I would ask for guidance on certain things, and it would be silence. Like I wouldn't get anything back. Normally, I'll get like some type of signal, some type of sign or something that would be like, all right, this is the next step, or this is the right thing to do. But lately, it's just been like, it's been real quiet. And like I said, we've been both struggling with talking to God on a regular basis. Things just haven't been right these last 2 weeks. And I just felt like that it was important for us to record today to get back in that consistency, even when we're in a hot mess. Like Sade said, you can hear the tiredness in her voice. For me, I don't even know if it's tiredness in my voice or if I've just been losing my voice. But we're here. Like, we're showing up. We're doing what we need to do. And just trying to show people that even when you're hurting, it's important to show up as leaders and just do the things that you feel as though you need to do to get back on track. And one of the things that we have been doing is just making sure that we pray. And the one thing I will say is that we haven't been praying like individually, but we have still made sure that every single day that we pray as a family. So before the kids go to bed, we do a prayer circle. Sade's really big on that prayer circle. She makes sure that it gets done consistently. So technically, we have been talking to God. I would just say that we haven't been talking to Him on an individual level. Just talking to Him about the things that we're struggling on a daily basis, things that we need, things that we will want, just for His guidance and just yearning for His understanding and His love. I think I seen a quote somewhere online. I typed it on my computer, and it says that sometimes silence from God isn't a no, it's a nudge to sit still and just listen. So maybe through these last 2 weeks, we've been sitting here calling out for God, and we're asking for answers, and we're asking for guidance, when really He's just telling us to sit still and just listen, and listen to our body, listen to our mind, listen to our spirit, listen to those around us. So I feel like these last 2 weeks we have been in that like sit still and listen. And He's been speaking to us individually. He spoke to me today. I talked to Shanae about that today on the phone, just about going into quarter 2. We got 1 week left in quarter 1, and just all the things that we weren't able to accomplish in quarter 1, we really got to press forward in quarter 2. Like, no excuses. Just do it. Like, yeah, it's nothing really to give you like this big long sermon on it. It's just that simple. It's just do it. How did you feel this year with this being Zion's 8th birthday? I know the last 5 years for me, it hasn't been as hard, but this year it was really hard.
So I would say this year was pretty hard. I wasn't sure if it was because of due to me being pregnant, and then also being pregnant with a girl, which made it very emotional. But I cried a lot on her birthday. I stayed in pretty much of like a dark space. Outside of me being at work, I couldn't stay in a dark space really, but I cried a lot at work. One thing that I love about my job is that I have my managers who are always there to support me, to be there, like just to let them know that they see me, they see that I'm trying, because I came in, of course, crying, and I don't think it helps that I work with kids, so I'm watching them, and my classroom is, I have mostly girls in my classroom, which I thought was very um,
Weird.
weird this year because last year we had a lot of boys. Like I had so many boys. So this year, and this is my first year being a lead teacher, so I had a lot of girls. Like I had mostly girls in my class. So, but coming into my class, there was, I'm not going to name their names, I'm not going to say their names, but I'm just going to say there were two of my students who I guess could feel my energy, and they gave me a hug. Now, my kids are one, but they are very smart and they can really articulate their words very well. They understand questions. So, when the first child came up to me, which was a boy, and I was like, "Did you feel that Miss Williams was sad?" And he was like, "Yeah." And that made me laugh because I was like, I know that it's not you just responding just to respond. Like you understand my question when I'm asking you, because we talk a lot and we ask different questions throughout the day, so they understand very well. And then there was a girl who came up to me. She just kept saying hi, hi to me the entire time. So the first part of my morning was very hard. It was kind of like hard to even sit there and play with them. But I was, like I said, I have a good support system at work with my managers. So they allowed me to, like, okay, I think you need to go to the sensory room, which is where we would take the kids if they're having a hard time. Or do you need to go step out to the bathroom? And then they'll just let me have my space. And then they was just kept coming to check on me and remind me, like, if you need to take a step away, if you need a break, just let us know.
Yeah, it's good to have a good support system around you.
But this year was very hard. I came home and I just didn't really want to be bothered. It's kind of like in a bad space, and yeah, that's
that bad
just
space agitated the hell out of me.
yeah. I was
Very agitated because I felt like that needed to be the time when we was there to support each other. And I get it that everybody deals with grief in different ways. I understand that. I totally get it. But I felt like you shutting down and us not being able to like console and comfort each other kind of made my day, not gonna say my day worse, but I was just like playing the game. And the only reason why I was playing the game so much is because that's one of the things I definitely used to do a lot when we had her. And because you weren't talking, you was just sitting there on the side, just looking all crazy into yourself. I was just like, all right, well, guess I'll just continue to keep playing the game. And I mean, the one thing that made my day a lot better because I woke up in a very trash mood. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It was just a very trashy mood. It was just listening to the different YouTube videos, listening to our daily devotion that I listen to on YouTube, listen to some Eric Thomas, and then I went to his church that he has called the APOC Ministry, and Pastor Titus talked about the death of his child and how when his child died, God kept bringing him different men that lost a child, and he was crying out to God and just saying to God, like, why do you keep bringing me people that lost a child? Like, I lost mine. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't even know what to say to them. But at the end of the day, he actually needed that. He needed that support system. He needed that circle. And then he also became a light for other men who didn't know what to do. So they were coming to him not just for guidance, but because of the fact that they knew that they had a similar story, and they seen the way that he was moving. They still seen that he was praising God. They still seen that he was coming up on the pulpit and preaching his sermons. So for me, it was just watching those videos. I'm like, all right, if this man is able to remain strong, if this man is still able to lead his congregation, what's stopping me from leading my family? And what's stopping me from leading myself on a daily basis? But when I did get to work, I was very emotional. Every time I got some quiet, I would cry. Like, I would cry bad. And what kept me going was that one of my coworkers, his daughter's birthday is on the 21st as well. She turned 11, and I would say, like, every hour he would come to the cubicle and just say something to me like, "Hey, bro, how you feeling? You good?" Or he'd say something like, come to me like, "Fuck you," like, or he'd just say something to make me mad, or like that he know would agitate me, but he did it not to piss me off, but he did it to just like keep my mind off of things and just let him know, and just let me know, like, "Hey, bro, I'm here for you. Like, if you need something to talk, need somebody to talk to, I'm here for you." And then one of the biggest things was when my boss came in and he seen me sitting at the cubicle. He's like, "Oh, what's going on, man? How you feeling this morning?" I'm like, "I'm good." And then he just put his arms around me and hugged me and was like, "I love you, bro. Like, I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you're here. If you need anything, just know that I'm here." So having that, like you, having that support system, it was definitely beneficial for my day. On my way home, I actually felt a lot better. Like, I felt a lot better. When I got home, I was in a great mood. It's just, of course, it sucks that I couldn't be with her to celebrate her birthday because she's no longer here with us, but she's here in the spirit. But the one thing I would say to you is that for the people out there that is suffering from some form of loss, it don't have to be a child. It could be a grandparent, it could be a mother, it could be a cousin, a brother, or a friend. Is that, grief doesn't get smaller. Your capacity to carry it grows. And that was something that I took away from on Friday, was that it's not that we don't grieve Zion's death anymore. It's just that our capacity grew. But this year kind of really hit home because, like Chade said, we're expecting a girl, and of course, in the back of your mind, you're wondering, is the same thing going to happen? Like, we're not trying to speak it into existence, but we're also human. We know what took place the last time we was bringing a girl into this world. So sometimes that the devil plays tricks on your minds, and also too, it's probably not even the devil. It's just us, just playing tricks on our mind. And the one thing I would say is that kept me grounded is, for one, that I keep Zion's ashes around my neck and the cross. So whenever I start feeling bad, anything like that, I just like rub my cross because I know that her ashes is right there. And then two, I go and look at my favorite photos of her. One of my favorite photos of Zion is the last photo I took of her the day before she passed away. I think I stayed home from work. I didn't actually go to work that day, or I was scheduled off. And I was laying in bed. I used to always pick her up with the palm of my hand and just push her up in the air and just would have her looking down on me, smiling. And my last 4 photos of her in my phone were literally her smiling and laughing and joking. And thank God for the iPhones that they have live photos, because I can hold the photos and I can still see her smile. I can hear the TV in the background. I can see the motions. I can hear her just making the noises that she would make. And that kind of calmed my heart and settled my heart down. So this year really hit home the hardest. I really genuinely don't know why, but that's pretty much how my day went on Friday. And it was just very disheartening for me that I didn't have like a lot of the people that I thought would reach out to talk to me or just to check on me. Didn't do it. And I've let that anger get the best of me over the last couple days. And I can't say why I'm letting the anger get the best of me. I just think it's just very disheartening that I'm one of the ones that will reach out to anybody. Even if I was a day late, I still reach out. "Hey, bro, I know I seen yesterday was such and such birthday," or, "Hey, bro, I seen that you said you lost this. How you holding up?" Like, even if I don't even know you that well, maybe we just follow each other on social media, I still will reach out to you. So to see nobody, like, not going to say nobody, but um, just the people that I thought would reach out didn't reach out. That was just very disheartening to me. But I would say, in the midst of all of that, we are now finding our way to get back right spiritually. Like, in the midst of all of this stuff that we got going on, the whirlwind with our car, Sade being sick, Zion's birthday coming up. Now we're learning how to recenter ourselves in this midst of hard season. Um, Sade actually helped me out a lot this weekend. Like, I was in awe of her on Sunday. For those who don't know, Sade was in the mom ministry at church, but now what you're in, is it lethargic dancing? Is that what it is? Huh?
It's not the liturgical thing.
Is it liturgical? Is that how you say it? I thought it was lethargic.
Lethargic is like, I feel like that's a word, like being tired. I don't think lethargic.
So what's the name of the ministry that you're in?
With the dancers of truth.
Oh, well, she's in the Dances of Truth. I don't know. I'm not about to try to figure that out. But she's in the Dances of Truth, and she all week she was stressing herself about not being able to perform. If she wasn't going to remember to dance because she's pregnant, she's always tired. Her body was hurting, but just watching her be so courageous and go on that stage on Sunday, go in front of everybody, in front of the congregation on Sunday, and do the best that she could possibly do. It was breathtaking for me because I truly have inspiration laying beside me, and I have an inspiration sitting beside me on a daily basis. And the whole entire time while they were getting leading up to the dances, I was like looking around. I think the lady to the right of me kept thinking I was staring at her, but I wasn't staring at her. I'm like looking for Sade, and I see everybody in the back dancing, twirling around, having fun all loose. And then I finally spot Sade, and she's sitting there, hands in the lap, and you can like see her staring out for space, and I'm like, she's in our head. But to see her go out on the stage and actually perform the dance, it was dope. Like for me, it was very enlightening. Like I'm super proud of her. She doesn't even know how much of an inspiration she is to me. Just watching her fight through the turmoil and fight through the discouragement and still do it, because most people would have made an excuse and found a way not to do it. She would have just been simply like, hey, I'm pregnant. I don't think I'm going to be able to remember this dance. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the movement. But she still went out there and she did it. And just that let me know that I can get back right in my spiritual journey with God. Because if she was able to show up a hot mess in her mind because she didn't know the dance, or she couldn't remember the dance and she didn't have the self-confidence, why can't I show up and talk to God on a daily basis when I'm a hot mess, when my life is in shambles, when my emotions are at an all-time low? So she doesn't even know this. I haven't even told, like, this is the first time I'm talking to her about this. And that's why I love doing the podcast, because it's like it brings out different feelings that we don't really disclose on a daily basis. But yeah, I'm super proud of what you did this past Sunday, and just giving you your flowers publicly. Yeah. So how do you feel like you're going to get back spiritually? Like, what's the thing? What's the steps you think you got to take? Or you got any advice of people out there who right now in the midst of a season of turmoil, where their life is not going so well? Do you have some advice for them about how they can get back spiritually? We're making this episode really short today, just because of what time it is, and it also too is just a reconnection of getting us back out there for episode 6. I would love for this weekend for us to record 2 episodes to give y'all episodes 7 and 8 on next Tuesday. We'll see how it goes, see how our weekend goes, but I want to just keep this short, impactful, and keep the momentum going. But also just give some little nuggets to people out there. It's like, man, if you're going through life right now and life is hard, it's okay. Like, we all go through it. It doesn't make you less than. We just want to be that example that you got to push through. And that's why we're here. So, do you have any advice for anybody?
Nothing there. It's all about just starting, not giving yourself grace, not beating yourself up too much about what you didn't do, what you didn't accomplish, but giving yourself first and foremost grace, reminding yourself of what you have done, because I've started and stopped and started and stopped, and I think that's the one thing that I have the most difficult thing with, is just giving myself grace. My life is not just about me. It's about, my family. I have work. I have school. I'm in school, still trying to get certifications at my job so that I can, be better and grow within the program that I'm in, and then for different programs that my job offers. So, like, life will get ahead of you. It's okay. It's not about you being perfect. It's all about being consistent. So as long as your awareness, your heightened of awareness is there, and you are aware of like the things that are going on, you'll be able to give yourself a little bit more grace in those moments of you just being stagnant. If you've listened to a sermon recently, that is just like telling you what God has been trying to get through to you. Don't look at it as God is whipping you or beating you or He's condemning you for the things that you didn't do. Find the lesson within it, because that is what that is what God is here for. He's here to teach you. He's not here to condemn you and make you feel little or belittled, because you probably do that enough on a daily basis, and there are other people that are probably doing it already. So don't think that the spiritual realm is for you to feel like you're being condemned for not doing stuff. People are not perfect. Um, so doing that first and foremost is just giving yourself some grace, and then um, starting over. If you need to start over, if you need to reset, be okay with resetting. I have so many different journals that I've had to reset. Some things that are like the one journal I have now in my room, you can see where I stopped, but then you can also see where I picked up and started again. So that's one thing that I'm not just speaking to others, but I'm also reminding myself, because I get really hard on myself. I feel like sometimes um, I'm a selfish person, but I don't think I'm actually. I think I'm more selfless than selfish, because I put everything before me always. So I don't I don't think that I think that even if I do have selfish moments, that's a human like thing. So just giving yourself grace first and foremost, and then just starting over wherever you stopped.
I don't. I got a couple like quotables that again I got on the computer. And then we can really wrap this thing up. And it's for me, it's just when life gets loud, get quiet, give yourself space to heal, feel, and reconnect on your own terms. I felt like that one was good because that's what we're going through right now. Life got very loud for us. We got loud back, of course, complaining, moaning, whining, just going through the whirlwind. But instead, you gotta, like Sade said, give yourself grace, give yourself some time to heal, give yourself some time to reconnect, and create actionable steps to get to where you want to be. And if you're in a space where your spirit feels heavy or disconnected, just know that you're not alone. We're all going through it. We're going through it right now. We're going through our season of turmoil, but you got to continue to put your shoes on and put one foot in front of the other. And the most important part is that God isn't waiting on you to be perfect. God's just waiting for you to show up and be real. He can care less about you being perfect. He can care less about what time you call out to him. He can care less how many pages of the Bible that you read. He just wants you to show up and be real. Show up in your mess. Show up when life is perfect. Show up when your bills are paid. Show up when your bills aren't paid. Show up when you have the money saved and when you don't. And I think that's the biggest thing I've gotten from these last 2 weeks. Um, I think, yeah, that's the biggest that I got from this last 2 weeks. My biggest lesson is, you just got to show up. Just show up. It's really that simple. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, it's going to be very short and simple. We wanted to just give a life update and just talk about different things that we're facing. And hopefully somebody out here, can connect with us just on what we're talking about, because maybe you may be going through it too and you just needed to hear this message. If this message isn't for you, if you know somebody out there that's facing the season of turmoil, that's very quiet about their issues, send them this video. We appreciate all the people who reach out to us on a daily basis about the episodes. All I ask is for people to just like, share, and comment on the videos. We need all of the feedback that you possibly can give us. Tell us if the video sucks. Tell us if our audio needs to be better. Tell us if it's other topics that you would like us to talk on. That's the only way we're going to be able to get better in the midst of the season that we're in, is the feedback. So we appreciate those who are giving us the feedback. We appreciate the ones who are retweeting this, who are resharing this, who are sending it to friends and family. You guys don't understand what you're doing for us personally. It's really helping us out a lot. Until next time, I am your host, Rashaad.
And I'm your host, Chade.
Yeah, and just remember that experience shared is experience multiplied. follow us on social media at Giving All of My Experience. You can follow me on Instagram at _Rashaad.Williams Sr. Chade, did you know your handle by heart?
You can follow me at Chade Williams.
Yeah, so until next time, man, we really appreciate you guys. We'll see you next Tuesday.